Snippy, snip, snip.
Monday morning and chill with my good friend Corey Cottrell. How are
How's
you?
it going, man? I'm doing good. I'm trying to get a picture of the bottom corner of Thune for some good buddies of ours. Gonna do a little doodle. Gonna make a little arrow.
Yeah, there's some interesting things happening actually in all servers, but
yeah, so definitely message those dudes that we were just talking about. That'd be very helpful. They're gonna be really excited. Boink.
And well, we've got lots to talk about the uplift and other things that are going on. But as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, we're going to try to bring back just Monday morning and chill and have like uplift focus, some other cool things that we don't often get time to do.
Right.
So yeah, but we'll just give you guys updates about what's happening and what's coming up. So weekly shows, what's in the mix, what's happening with the uplift world, essentially different things that we're doing individually and together. Should be kind of cool. So what do you want to start with? Let's start with like last week. Last week was a pretty good week. We had lots of good guests. And you did something new. You actually started a gratitude birch farm in
I did
in gratitude.
I'm sort of like almost goofy level excited about it, to be honest, because I hadn't been in game for a long time. I hadn't set up shop yet. Like and really like if I'm gonna keep leading this ragtag growing army of weirdos, like I really need to be in there and experiencing it. It's one thing to kind of know that it works and that it's cool and yada yada yada, but I want to walk myself through all the processes that people go through, right, to understand them better and to but frankly, I just got more excited about it. Like understanding shops from like 30,000 feet, super cool. Understanding them at ground level, fucking game changer. Like totally, the amount of different things and combinations and permutations and network effect and stickiness of this little thing that we have going on is pretty cool. And I mean, really, like I'm selling birch for like an absurd amount of upliftium. Like this is not building blocks birch, right? Like this is like we're sort of testing the absurd limits of if we apply a story and culture and community and intention, like a lot of it's all real, right? Like real. But it's cool, like we're selling birch that is planted ceremonially next to a little blue flower. I do all the harvesting myself. I do it all only right during sunrise. Like if the sun gets higher than the rail, which is like right next door, then I stop, and that's it. It's no more, no mas.
Anyway, we've been thinking about we've been thinking about like an NFT line too for a show. Are you gonna we should do something like we need like a certificate that certifies that birch is true. Gratitude birch. How are you going to do that?
Right. So here's what I am going to do. And I actually wrote down, it's literally like I have my notebook open here with all my like notes and shit. And the number one is on the top of the list is I want a list of buyers, right? Like how much upliftium do I have to pay to get a list of the people that have purchased from my shop, right? Because then I send them a proof of the fact that they have purchased a certain amount. And I think I'll make it like minimum 16, right? Because about 16 is about what you need to do a gratitude burst. If you buy one, that's great. You buy one, whatever. Because they're like 31,000 upliftium per block or some stupid thing. Like they're expensive, right? I think like Mello's selling birch for like 150. It's like I'm and really like I wanted to set it up so that it was about $5 to build a gratitude monument. And of course, we're doing 50% is going to go to a charity that I'm going to set up some charitable mission for 2022. I haven't really figured out what it is yet, but that's kind of the plan, right? But anyway, yeah. So like it should be relatively easy, I think, to get a list of all of the people that have purchased from me for And again, like I'll burn some upliftium for that or whatever, because I think other people are going to be interested in that too, right? Because you imagine like the Mello and TC with their big mega store would probably want to be able to generate a list of like who has spent more than 100,000 upliftium or whatever number, right? and then fire them an NFT saying like, hey, you guys are rad or whatever. Could be.
Yeah, so that actually, just as a segue to that, if you're not in the Discord, well, you should be. And if you're leaving the Discord, well, you shouldn't be, because that's where everything's happening. And third, that would definitely, like, some of the channels, like I know a lot of people are just in the general chat channel. And like one of the reasons that we ported it over to Discord was the ease of being able to, answer questions and find places in a variety of streams rather than just the mainstream. And so definitely check out the Uplift Bazaar channel, which lists, everyone just goes in there and lists like their shops and talks about their shops and what's for sale and where they are and things like that. Like we've had a few people in the last couple of days that have popped in and said, are there any shops in London? Are there any shops in, Uplift? Where is your shop? Like go into that Bazaar channel and just scan through there. And you'll find them all, which is really cool. I like your treehouse though. I will say that Mela did a great job on that treehouse.
I was gonna say like I want to take credit for that treehouse, but everyone's gonna know like I did not build that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome. And we should go there in a bit. I'm just doing some. Holy crap! What the fuck was that?
Yeah, we should definitely do some gratitudes, but I'm actually going to do this first because no one's seen this, and this is so cool, and I'm going to show people because it's pretty awesome. So one of the things that's happening is Thune. And Thune, we've decided to create this new server, like this new community, this new community plot type of area that the center 250 by 250 will be a communal building area.
I love that it's already kind of like an amphitheater in there.
Right.
And I don't know that we've had Mesa in too many of our worlds yet, hey?
No, we haven't. And this is a really cool, even though it's creative, it's just a really cool landscape. So you can see, I've actually marked it out just with all these little mushroom lights. And this, where all these mushroom lights are, this signifies the central area, which will be this massive art district. And then all running along the plots here will be 50 by 50 plots that will just like encompass various galleries within the Uplift world. So like this corner plot, for example, the digital asset, he's going to have his gallery in here. I'd love is Nathan's going to have a gallery. We're going to give the Genesis Loopers a collective gallery that they'll be able to come in and work on together, which is really cool because, they've got all these other art galleries, but they're kind of, gilding themselves. I've got something cool planned for the 4 cardinal points on each side that we're going to do something really fun with. Our good friend Nifty BC, he's going to try to put together a Solano gallery for us of all like art on Solano.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we've got like different, I think the Underground's going to have a gallery for the stuff that they're doing on 3 or 4 different blockchains. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to try to create this sector where it's kind of like a fine art, kind of Taylor Alexander will have one, like a fine art kind of area where like you'll be able to come and you'll be able to just hang out and see the galleries, but more important, see like where all the collaborations and stuff happen in the middle. And like you said, like this is a really cool plot. You've got the forest down here, but then you've got this whole like kind of open area and like some places down below, some places on the cliffside. I'm really excited to see what the builders do with this. Like it's going to be super sweet. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. Pretty fun. For sure. Yeah. So that's what I've been working on mostly in the Uplift recently is trying to, mark this out and get some people whitelisted for this. But yeah, it's pretty fun to see how much excitement there is around art and what's happening in the Uplift world, especially Genesis, right? Like even just since the mall gallery launch, which was a really big event, we've had people like the Rocket Gallery that have come out and done like 3 or 4 more exhibitions, right? We've got people who are like dropping tons of art in there. So, spread this out if you're a fan of art, because I think art's going to be one of the bigger, use cases personally of the Uplift world. I think there's going to be a lot of like really interesting things that are happening around artists and art galleries. That's what I'm personally excited about. I'm excited about other things too, don't get me wrong, really cool builds up there, but art kind of seems to be the next NFT metaverse trend in terms of what's happening in the space right now. They might just they might just beat the Bears. Because I mean, so today I was listening to something like, with inflation now they're projecting, maybe Bitcoin won't stop at 1 million, it'll go to 2 million. I mean, it's funny how we just keep raising the bar on how far these prices are going to go, right?
I mean, over a certain amount of time. Like, I don't think Bitcoin's going to 1 million this time. And I also think there's like, with all the craziness with Craig Wright and like who Satoshi is and yada yada yada, I still think like Bitcoin might be irrelevant in 5 years, or like as relevant as copper markets, right? Like, and again, I don't even think it's going to go that low as far as sentiment is concerned, because it's just such a powerful brand. But I think assuming that it's going to be the cornerstone of our markets for the whole time is a huge mistake. I really don't think it will be. Because
there's some really interesting things that are coming out too. Like, EOS is awesome, or it's a mess, depending on what you're listening to, because there's a ton of shit happening, right?
It's like Schrodinger's EOS. It's both dead and alive.
Right. And so, but it was interesting. We're going to have, I think on the 12th, I'm excited about this one, Michael O'Sullivan from Bywire. And Bywire is like a professional, like kind of journalist, kind of platform that's looking mostly at EOS and EOSIO, which is really exciting. Mm-hmm. And he's been putting out him and his team have been putting out tons of articles on blockchain. And what he basically, has released this last post that he did, they were looking into the Ripple case. They were looking into the Ripple securities case. And basically the chair of the SEC has now stated that maybe Ethereum and Bitcoin might not be as safe as everyone believes they are, right? Because now all this other stuff is coming up about Ripple, and it's like, oh, well, now look at this, now EOS, they've kind of got the green light because Block One already paid them off and stuff like that. I think this is just going to be a cycle that keeps going and going and going, right? But it's just interesting to see like how this is starting to change now. It's like, oh no, maybe it's not safe, right? Or maybe it is, right? And I know you've got some pretty passionate feelings about Ripple and this SEC case as well.
I mean, it shows how messy the whole thing is, right? I mean, they and the SEC is just literally eviscerating themselves over and over and over again, because there's records of them saying that they are basically Bitcoin, Ethereum are accepted out, which at the time was like, okay, right? Like what's the plan there? Oh well, some of the people on the SEC board are sitting on exploratory committees for people that own Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, cool. Right? So if you're in the in crowd, then you're fine. But everything else is definitely illegal. Go fuck yourself. Which is what ultimately, like, any of these projects they're going after the big ones. They're going after the ones that have legal defense funds, and those people are just going to go and point at that. Like Ripple, I got being the sacrificial lamb that as much as I have laughed about Ripple in the past, because they're totally a fucking security by any measure, they're still going to get away with it, which means the rest of crypto can basically just like reach into their pockets and pull out some go fuck yourself. I mean, that's really, and again, like, not a lawyer, not whatever, blah, 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 right? So who really knows what's going to go on? But it's a giant mess. And I feel like the only way that I can process this and like operate in this space is to utterly ignore it. Like, we're going to do our level best to kind of follow the regulations that we think might be the most plausible, right? Because like we're trying to like do like best guessy fucking good faith shit or whatever. And I mean, as long as we're less of a security than Ripple, I think we're gonna be fine. That's fucking easy.
And if really Ripple wins, I mean,
and if Ripple wins, like there's no, it's like welcome to the Wild West. Like who knows? Right. And then maybe they'll give Ripple an exception, but definitely not anyone else. Like, yeah, good luck with that. The next time you take somebody to court, they're going to be like, yeah, but no. I mean, that's not how laws are supposed to work. But again,
well, and it seems like what's happening now with this whole thing is like, oh, well, like you said this about Ethereum and we're the same. And instead of saying, no, you're not the same, and proving that they're not the same, they're saying, oh, well, actually, that's not what we said. You're just reading into it too much. And it's like, well, we have to read into it too much because you guys are fucking 10 years late on the regulations, right?
For real. Right? Like, and it would make so much sense too, because I've seen some things saying like, hey, maybe this year, I think it's the CRTC, the commodities trading, the SEC version, whatever. Like, it kind of makes sense that they would do that. But I mean, these people trade corn, right? Like their capacity to understand, new and emerging technologies where like DeFi was around more than a year ago, but like it didn't turn into $1 trillion industry overnight, that kind of thing. Like, are you really going to be prepared to handle the kinds of new variations that we're going to put on stuff every few weeks, right? Like, what happens when we do NFT token DeFi? I don't know, but we're going to find out like soon, right? So like, I don't know.
There was I don't even know if I can find it now, if I can remember exactly what it said, but there was a Bloomberg post I read today on Twitter, like just a little ad, and it was in some like financial, Mecca magazine or something. Basically, it encouraged everyone to spend all of their money on everything and take out a loan to spend more money on everything, because right now the interest rates are beating inflation. So you may as well take out loans and go nuts. And this is like, oh shit, this is like the end of the bubble in Japan type of like scenario, right? Like type of thinking. And it's like, of course, people who are in crypto are probably the only people that can point to this and kind of say, yeah, this probably isn't going to end very well. Maybe it might end it well for us. Like, there is some validity to that. There is some merit. But, just because your interest rates are beating inflation today doesn't mean that you should be taking out an overpriced loan, because they're probably not going to be beating inflation when that 30-year loan term comes up, right?
That whole lending thing, like, that always freaks me out. Like, you do that with extreme caution. Here's the other thing, too, about inflation. So we talk about, like, inflation and like, the, because in crypto we are, hyper contrarians. It's kind of half the reason why a lot of us are here. Inflation hurts people with a lot of dollars, right? And the cost of some goods have gone up. But especially here, we've been giving in the United States billions and even trillions of dollars to very, very rich people for a long time. Nobody sees it because they just pile it in and then make, into investments and make more and more and more. Like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You never see that because they're not buying bread, right? They don't give a fuck about that. Whereas, like, inflation is going up and it's scaring people. But you know how many people didn't get shoved into the ass end of poverty in the United States over the last year because they kept giving people money? Hundreds of thousands, millions, right? So, like, and it's interesting too. I was doing some researching on how processes like this. There's an example that happened in England. Basically, like, they started doing the same kind of thing, like just basically, printing money, right? And working out really well, frankly, right? So, like, it's not the single-sided, oh my god, the sky is falling thing that everyone always says it is. It's just not, right? Is there $20 trillion that's out there? Yeah, who fucking cares, right? There's a few things that cost more. Real estate costs more. Rich people can fucking suck it. Of course, it costs more. Like, and I'm not saying, it's not to say that people in like mid levels and poor people are not going to feel any effect at all. It's just like, this was done for a reason, and it worked.
Well, so, and I think inflation has much more impact if you're a country that needs to pay ridiculously high interest rates to borrow money from rich countries. If you're a rich country, right?
Exactly, right? Like, if your currency is the standard of the world, you can get away with a lot more, obviously, right? Whereas, like printing money when you're Zimbabwe goes in a really particular direction. It's not good. And again, there's an absurd limit of this that will definitely lead to hyperinflation. I just would caution everyone from assuming that we've hit it, because I'm not sure that we have. I'm not sure that we're even close to it. It's possible,
and they say usually to track any change in that, you're going to need at least 2 years, right? Because you get paid in the currency today, and then you buy the shoes that you want today. But it isn't until 2 years later that, like, that kind of backs itself up, right? Like, that kind of catches up. And
it could be totally bad. Like, I could be entirely wrong about all this stuff, right? I just I like looking at the other side of the argument whenever possible.
Well, I mean, it's yeah. I don't think that it can ever be totally good. I'll just say that. It can't. But there's probably gray aspects as well, right? Like, it's going to work out better for some people than it does for others, and it's going to work out really badly for some people, right? And I think that it depends on a lot of factors that we probably can't even think about here right now. Like there's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
funny.
like despite what you might think, Charles Hodgson had a little bit of a speech the other day. He does do these speeches, and this was not necessarily Cardano related. It was just a speech about the global financial system. And he said, look, like for people who are telling you that this is a high risk investment, the cryptocurrencies are high risk investment, that they're like, doing all of these things. Now, is he 100% right? Probably not. But he's right in the sense that, like, these are actually the things that can be tracked, right? These are actually the things that, like, we can see that, like, we're not like charging ridiculous interest rates. And even if we are, they're on the blockchain. Like, things are happening like this all the time, right? And people are like picking up and understanding that this transparency is going to kind of save us. Which is probably why there's a push to keep away from blockchain in a lot of industries, right? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know at what point, right?
Yeah, to me, it's funny. I've been having this long-standing conversation with my wife Michelle for I don't know, since 2016, right? We almost bought Bitcoin at 200 at scale. It still stinks that I did not, like a lot. But so we've been having this conversation for a long time, and it's like it wasn't real until probably 7 months ago for her. And now, like, sometimes I'm like, hey, maybe we should sell some of our wax. She's like, no. I'm like, wait, what? Who are you? This is awesome.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to get to that point, right? Where I mean, especially if you've been through an entire crypto cycle, and who knows what cycles are going to look like in the future, right? Like, I think now that NFTs are around, like, we can see cycles in NFTs that last like a quarter or 6 months or whatever. So I think it's a new situation. But yeah, getting to the point where you can really feel the upswings takes more than 10 minutes, right? Like if you're getting in like day trading or whatever, like, go with God. I hope that works out for you. And for some people, it really does, right? For a lot of people, even in a bull market, they lose money, which I know I've said that a million times. I still, it drives me bonkers, right? Because if you just sit around and do nothing, you'll do pretty well. Obviously not if you put all of your, capital in one shitcoin, but playing the whole market, this isn't going anywhere at all, and it is going to eat the world.
I think like trading is like, I think being like a professional trader is like, owning a restaurant. It's like,
go on,
like you work your ass off. Like it's not something that's easy. And any point in single time, like basically the whole thing could go belly up. You could lose everything, right? Like look at COVID, look at what happened, right? I'm not talking about being like a rocket star chef that works at, a 5-star resort. I'm talking about like,
did you say a rocket star chef?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
it's better than just a rock star. If you're a rock star, like that's cool. But if you're a rocket star, that is objectively better.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, sorry. It's all the hype behind Gordon Ramsay and what's that German dude's name that works in Las Vegas? I can't even pronounce. Yeah. Anyway, he owns a steakhouse or something, right? But then and I'm not saying that these people aren't good. I'm just saying that like it's very different from your like mom and pop shop or your chain restaurant, right? And so like I think like that's what trading to me is. I think there's more value in it. Like for the people a lot of people who are really good at it are probably doing it because they enjoy it more so than they're going to make money. And that's where people get wrecked, right? Like people get wrecked all the time because it's like you can have the problem with trading is it's almost the opposite of hodling, right? Like if you're hodling something, let's say you put $100 into 100 different coins, all you need is one of those coins to go to moon, and you're square free, right? Like you're great. But let's say you put like all of your time and all of your effort, and 99% of your trades are wins, but you're trading on leverage, and you somehow screw up, and your whole account gets taken away from you. It's the whole opposite, right? And it's nuts. Like we live in this world. I don't know what it is in traditional finance, but it's definitely not this. We live in this world where you can basically leverage like up to 100%, right? Like that's nuts. I mean, a 0.1% move and you're completely wrecked. And this is like, I don't know. It's more like gambling to me than anything. And if you're at that level, I mean, if you're at 5, or even 10, I guess that's somewhat manageable, but it's nuts what some of these exchange, offer. But yeah. So for those of you that don't know what you're looking at right now, this is the first ever gratitude bridge farm in the Uplift world.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, every time I try and anyway, I'll bring it back up here in a second. There's like a little thing that covers the bottom of my screen, so I can't see what the things are. Anyway, anyway. Yeah, I was gonna go do gratitudes, but I'm of course over at the farm doing farm shit.
Oh, I'm over at the farm. I'll be home in a minute.
Yeah, right. And I'm just realizing that this is all like a boundary to keep the mobs out. And I just created stairs from them to get in like a freaking idiot. Like that, like this is just colossally dumb.
Can they go up the stairs? Do they go up the stairs? Or are they more like zombies that like don't think about going upstairs?
They will totally go up the stairs to murder you in the face. But instead of adding more height, just do this. Oh, and it's almost dark.
But you can make you can make your stairs 1 block away so that the stairs are jumpable, right?
Yeah, you can. Need another freaking. All right, I think that'll do it actually. And it's dusk. I'm gonna go in here and hide because I get scared really easy. Anyway, so yeah, I got my first little gratitude store up going on. Got some bees. I've actually been leaving the this tree has some bees on it. Mello actually came out and hooked me up with he just harvested one of them. So you can't I tried to pull one down once, just to pull the beehive down, and the bees got real mad and started killing me, and it was very sad.
Oh really? I've never
know.
Actually been attacked by bees before. I didn't know that.
Like if you just try and break it to kind of get it down, it just breaks, and then they justifiably get a little bit annoyed at you. So you need a tool. I think almost any kind of tool will work, but it has to be a tool with silk touch on it, and it'll get the whole beehive down without destroying it. And so the first one we actually put it up in here. Producing honey right now. Got these little flowers going on over here. Anyway. Boink.
Nice.
I'll go over to the tower here.
So while you do that, I guess I can go over this week what's coming up. So tomorrow we're actually going to be joined by Taylor Alexander. He's going to come on and join us and talk about his new art line and some of the music that he's been doing. That's exciting. That is exciting. On Wednesday, Austin Linney is going to join us again. Which will be fun. On Thursday, we're going to have, a bunch of old and new friends alike. I think Sean from Crypto Writer, and Finney, I think Nathan, I think probably Mello, a Digital Acid, and we're going to do the Miami Crypto Vice episode where we just basically talk about the art scene and crypto in Miami, which would be kind of fun. And on Friday, we're going to do a special nighttime show where we bring on the guys from Neon Space because they're coming up with a collab on they're coming up with a collaborative NFT with Ultra Rare. So we're going to talk to them. I'm not sure about our regular scheduled programming on Friday. We might or might not have a guest. I can't remember. But yeah, that's our week. That's what's on the bill this week. And of course, every morning at some random time, whenever the sun decides to get its ass out of bed, Corey hosts a show of him, sunrise basically with Corey.
Yeah,
so check that out.
Really regularly right around 6:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But no promises. Mostly I'm just going to make sure I'm there before the sun comes up. But yeah, it's been chill for the most part. It's good. Anyway, I got a couple up there. I'm really grateful that shops exist. I'm excited about it. Just learning about it still, but I think we haven't even scratched the surface of what this is going to mean for the Uplift. And I'm grateful for Mello the Builder. I'm going to go back and tour around the new treehouse that he built for me on my little estate situation.
That's so good.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the whole thing since apparently he did a whole bunch of upgrades on it yesterday. So if you're in the comments and you feel like throwing up a gratitude, let me know and we'll put it up there. Jimmy, this morning, what are you grateful for?
Yeah, I'm grateful for calmness, actually.
Calmness.
Yeah, it's been a bit hectic the last a couple weeks in the uplift and other things that we've been doing. But last weekend was really nice and relaxed and calm and pretty good time. So I'm just grateful for the calmness.
That's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know why I'm throwing signs all over the place.
Take that. Take that.
I'm trying to figure out why I got like blocks in my hand over there. No need to use that shit.
Roger.
There you go, Roger.
I'm grateful
cool.
for completing my first build in Uplift. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Where is it, Roger? That's it. What's the server and coordinates?
Man, cool. Yeah, Jen and I were talking about doing a tour. Look at this shit. Somebody's not playing around at all.
Yeah, what is that?
Our neighbors are not playing. I don't know.
Okay, that's fun.
Or how that's probably right there, hey.
Does look very epic. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like these twin tower things we got going on here.
Right.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the YouTube. I'm gonna be putting up some new videos that our good friend Gary has been putting together. He's gotten really good at this in a very short period of time.
He has. Yeah, that one that he did of the Boyd bill is like macaroni and cheese is good.
Right. Yeah, and it's all. Yeah, I'm gonna. It'll be up there in the next day or two. Just a little bit behind doing other things behind the scenes, but yeah, definitely go and check out some of those posts if you missed them over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, that's a block of text right there.
There's a bit of there was a bit of sass going on last week too, which I quite liked. There was on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
I think the Drop Bears guys and Drop Bear Tree Diving Club and Small Town Cowboy they built a roller coaster that was like a couple minutes long or something, and Darkness Rising. He decided that that wasn't quite long enough, and his is longer, and I like it. I kind of enable this task because I think it's positive and productive. Time your roller coasters. Get on Twitter and let's see who has the longest one.
Are we having a roller coaster battle?
Yeah, a roller coaster battle. I like it. Yeah, it's like Darkness Rising's one is really good. I haven't ridden the Drop Bears one yet, but the Darkness Rising one is it's insane. It's like way up in the sky. It goes through a bunch of bees. You fall off of things here, there, and everywhere. So I like the door. The door's quite nice there.
So many. Yeah, well, I needed to do that because we were getting attacked constantly. It was really scary.
Glass house. I like it. It's nice.
It's very sad. Oh, hey. Do I have an axe right now? Axe. I do. Moon's going down. You know what that means, Jimmy?
The sun's about to come up.
That's what it means. I put these things out here and it did not grow. So I'm gonna take
what is it?
Down. I just wanted some like birch around the corners and stuff. And apparently, like I put them too close to other stuff. I think. They just didn't grow. I'll mess around with that. I think I'm just gonna leave that tree up there. And like I don't, strictly speaking, I think I have a lot left right now. I don't think. I think John's in here. Yeah, I got like 1,136 in there. I'm probably gonna start running out of room at some point. It's just really fun to do the harvesting and the planting and stuff. I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm not gonna lie.
I get it. Like my first survival plot that like I did where I built that. It was in gratitude as well. I built that Yoshi Drops pagoda. Like that took a lot of trees, man. Like to build and refine all that wood and stuff.
Yep.
So you get into the groove a little bit.
Right. Just gonna give these things more space. Oh, it's done. Let's rock and roll. Pull a couple down. Lag anybody? There we go. More.
In 3 weeks' time, how many birch can Corey cut down in one sunrise? To a betting competition.
Right? Yeah, like, and I can get through all of them. If I go really fast, I can get through all of them. Basically, my rule of thumb is like I don't want to go if I can see space underneath the sun looking at the rail over there, then I stop, basically. That's sort of like what I'm calling the end of sunrise or whatever. I'm just hang out here. I've got tons of saplings, but I really like that they just drop them. It's fun. At some point, I should do like I don't know. I should like sell the saplings. Probably not, hey? People can get
I mean, it depends on how many you get.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely. You usually get a little bit more than one per tree, so like it's more than kind of replacement stuff. Cool.
Yeah, Minecraft economies are awesome.
Yeah, and I usually right. I usually process those before I always process those before putting them in the shop, but I'm just gonna leave lots in there. We're good. Yeah, man, just this whole experience has just been really, really fun. And then we can plant some stuff. Boink. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like in a year or two, because we're going to keep improving it. Chances are, I don't know that. I don't know that we're going to make it any bigger. I don't think we need to. I was thinking about this, like you know me, like thinking sort of really expansively and wanting to like grow stuff or whatever, but I kind of want to just keep it small. Is that weird?
No, I mean, if you're only going to harvest them at sunrise anyway, then
right. Like there's no the only reason to sort of try to get more would be to have more people doing it or whatever, right? Which I mean that's kind of compelling to me a little bit just because it's super fun, but like it's like doing all this myself, frankly. Weird. But
no, I really like the snow on the glass. That's pretty cool.
This is as close to snow as I ever want to get again. For real. I freaking hate snow. Snow should all die. Yep. Anyways.
I like it depending upon where it is, but I don't like, cold, wet snow that doesn't, right?
I like snow when I actually I can't even say this because I was gonna say I like snow when it's on TV, but I don't even like that. I genuinely don't like snow. And I know it's ridiculous. I get it that it's ridiculous. It really is. But
I think you get to say that. Like a friend of mine, he used to work in restaurants, and so he refused to wash silverware. He would wash all the dishes, but he would refuse to wash silverware because he's just like, I've washed my more than my fair share of silverware. Like somebody else can do it. And he sucked at as a roommate, but it was kind of respectable. And so I'm gonna go with you grew up in the Yukon, like in northern Canada, like probably if anyone deserves to hate snow, it's like you. So. You had more than your fair share.
That's awesome. Right? Working, Jimmy. The little things. Oh, hey, we got some more. See, yeah, it really was like, I think we got almost 2 per tree there. That worked out pretty well. Oh, speaking of trees, that one. And I've just been letting them wait instead of like throwing bone meal at these ones. We did for the first few just because I was like really excited about, harvesting a bunch of them. But yeah, it doesn't like to grow when there's stuff next to it.
Yeah, I think they're too close. Some will, but some won't.
Just,
it depends on I think it depends on the breed of tree. I don't plant that many birch, to be honest. Usually I work with acacia. I don't know why. I just like building bridges out of acacia. That redwood's really fun.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Put it out here. I can do what I want.
What's that? Is that that's a cow. I thought that was a bear for some reason. Let's go check out the. I want to check out the treehouse.
Okay.
I was over there the other day and it was really cool. But if Mello came in and did more.
Yeah, I think. Yes. Yeah, look at this. Like this is ridiculous.
TC is gonna mail you some snow.
No. No.
No, this is really good, man. Like, yeah, okay, it wasn't nearly this big when I was there the other day, but I like the cool little fence that goes in there, like the skating rink he put in for you.
Right?
It's pretty sweet.
You said something about the fact that you can like climb the vines, apparently.
Yeah, you can climb vines. You didn't know that?
I didn't know.
I didn't know that until somebody else taught me that.
What is happening? I
did
not know this. I didn't know that. Oh crap!
It's really cool.
Yeah, he was saying like he put an entire like workshop in here for me, and like, he's just a very nice dude, man.
Mellow. Yeah, he's pretty chill. No, he's good. He's
he said something about building me a gratitude monument too, but I haven't seen it yet. Where that is? Somewhere, I would imagine.
Yeah, those tub guys have got some pretty incredible builds, but this is pretty sweet. I like the treehouse idea. That's pretty awesome.
Me too. It's a great place to hang. And yeah, like all the workshoppy stuff and like sand if I want to make some more glass. I've just been buying up glass. A pretty good chunk of uplift.
That's a nice little bed you got there. I like it.
Thanks, yeah. I would love to take credit for it, but it was not me. Oh, look at that shit. Just like come in here and like make stuff and like do activities. Oh, okay.
That's a nice view.
Yeah, he's good. A lot. I just need like one little puddle of water down there. Oh, see, now it's nighttime and I'm scared.
Now, if it's one puddle of water, won't it freeze by the time you get to the top?
Yeah, probably.
That's good.
Probably. Oh, that's this little secret way up there. I didn't see that last time. No.
Nice.
Nice house over there. Yeah, it's fun being next door. I actually want to see if I can find out who, if anyone, owns this
village.
Yeah, and then maybe start buying it up at some point for fun. Yep. Mellow, crushing it. Boink. So yeah, that's my little boat over there. Kind of fun.
That's good. I like these Monday morning and chills. I'm happy to be able to bring these back actually because we were quite busy there for a while, but I think it's good that we just take a day to come and hang out in the uplift. We haven't done that in a long time.
Right. I'm gonna build a gate and a door in here just so that people can kind of have like an easy way to get here from the rail. That's the thing. Like I own these 2 rail, which I've never owned rail at the land before. But that's the main reason why I wanted to buy the estate, just because it seems like a pretty cool thing to be able to have the actual off ramp for people. Anyway,
I know what we can do while we do that. We need to do this as well. So I'm gonna while you put that up, I'm gonna do a
no, I'm just I hopped out actually.
That's cool. But we should shout this out too, because there's a couple things that are happening, events that are ongoing, that we should talk about. So a couple. Let me see if I can find this. Where is it? I'm in Discord. If you go into Discord and check the announcements channel, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah, there's like there's an infographic competition and a video making competition, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, too. And I was just trying to check the dates because I actually forgot what they were. But I think you got a couple weeks left still for them. And there's some pretty good prizes. I think first prize you get 2 UpLift lands. Second prize you get 1, and third prize you get 1. But definitely, there we go. I mean, these are good for us, but it's also good for the community to be able to do these, right? So the contest that ends on December the 20th. So you can post it in the creative Discord channel. It's an infographic contest, and you can win land for being creative. And so that's, again, December 20th. Go check in the creative channel. You can see the announcement. And yeah, that's the main one. And there's a few people who have posted in there already.
That's awesome.
But definitely want way, way, way more. So, yeah. And I think that's all our announcements for today. But definitely come back and check us out tomorrow. I will be here with Taylor Alexander, probably talking music, talking art. I think he's got a new release coming out art-wise. And hats, because he likes hats. So those are the 3 things that are on my list to talk about. Yeah, that should be really good. And that's all I got today. Anything you want to leave us with, Corey?
Nope. Not off the top of my head. What I just started thinking, like, what's going on that people should know about? And there's like 500 million amazing things going on all the time. So my brain just kind of went,
yeah, right.
I'm really grateful that people are, spending some time with me in the morning doing the sunrise thing. Like sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't. We all just kind of hang out there and breathe and sit and relax in the moment. And it's really nice. I personally, I desperately needed to start doing that again. So it's cool that some people are joining me for it. So thank you guys.
And if you haven't, try it just once. It's cool to catch live if you can. I can't always, because it's between you and my daughter, but
yeah, and she should always win.
It depends. Sometimes I fall asleep with her.
Yeah,
as life can be. But I've caught it a couple times live, and it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't. Try to make it at least once. And I mean, it's all right to watch it back in the the replay as well. But you're pretty good at engaging and talking about things to people who are actually there. And I like that. It's a nice little intimate circle of fire brimming in the sky.
Yep. All of that is true.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. And take care of yourselves until next time.
Right? I mean, the Monday morning and chill was heavy on the chill.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Kind of going to keep it that way. Next Monday is like the 20th, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's crazy pants. You know what's funny? I had one of those face back. Okay. Facebook memories of Chirp.
It popped up.
I was still working with Chirp a year ago today.
Right? Yeah.
Like,
I think, we were still doing some of our shows.
This is so fucking new. Like that, I mean, I know we're in our 9th month on the team tower and stuff, but it just continues to hit me that, we're right at the very, very beginning of all this stuff, which isn't, another reason to start pacing ourselves, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Chopper Shop.